Sika, a worldwide operating specialty chemical company, presents Sika Blok M950 and B-Resin G48, two plastics developed especially for sheet metal forming, which contribute to shorten product and process development times as a form of simultaneous engineering. The following video shows the construction of a two-part sheet metal forming tool with a punch of Sika Blok M950 and a die of B-Resin G48 for the making of galvanized sheet steel plates, 1.5 mm in thickness, quality ZST220 for use in a prototype vehicle. Sika Blok M950, a solid board material, is characterized by high mechanical strength, easy processing and smoothness even without lubricants. For the coarse milling, a 25 mm HSS milling cutter with a shavings remover with a thrust of 4.5 mm and 3,550 revolutions per minute was used. Next, the contour is smoothed with a 16 mm hard metal cutter with a step of 0.6 mm and a depth of 1 mm. After the coarse milling, contour smoothing and tightening of the radii, the punch is carefully waxed. A mold is prepared and the core of the die is then cast. B-Resin G48 is a two-component casting resin with a high measurement precision. It is characterized by high fluidity so that it can be used both highly enriched with filling material or unfilled as a front layer on subconstructions. Care must be taken that the resin component is carefully homogenized before processing. Here, aluminium powder is stirred into the resin component. Alternatively, the special Sika TE filler can be used. Afterwards, the hardener B-Resin G55 is mixed with the resin to cast the die core, which cures at room temperature in 24 hours. The punch is covered with a wax foil corresponding to the thickness of the sheet metal. In doing so, care must be taken to avoid bubbles between the wax foil and the punch. After application of a PVA separation film on the wax foil, the now hardened tool core is first mechanically roughened to ensure optimum adhesion of the front layer cast, and then the casting and bleeding channels are drilled. The punch and the die are joined and prepared for the front layer cast. We recommend a distance of between 10 and 15 millimeters. After the homogenization of the resin component B-Resin G48, the hardener B-Resin G55 is stirred in to cast the front layer. this time without aluminium powder or Sika TE filler. With B-resin G48, very smooth surfaces and high mechanical strength are achieved. After the hardening of the front layer, the die is milled flat. Afterwards, both halves are removed and cleaned. The tool is now ready for use. The result is impressive. Perfectly shaped metal plates. The advantages of Sika Blok M950 and B-resin G48 at a glance. Rapid production of complicated metal parts with savings in time and thus costs. Metal sheet forming without the use of lubricants. Simple alterations of tools. Lower weight in comparison to metallic materials and thus simpler handling.